What's up, guys? Becca Me is here, and I will be doing another movie review, for Wonder Woman 1984. So if you have not seen this movie, do not watch this video. I'll be having spoilers on the movie, but if you watched it, have you streamed it, please go ahead and click this video, and yeah. So this movie starts off with young Diana Prince trying to complete an obstacle course, but yeah. So then she rides on a horse and takes him, but then someone stops her and says, "Hey Diana, you actually cheated. You weren't supposed to take the shortcut." So yeah. Then we go on to 1984's version of Diana Prince, and she's like, she's still missing Steve Trevor after his death in the first Wonder Woman. So yeah, life goes on for her. She's still being Wonder Woman, but as we know, no one still does not know that there's a Wonder Woman in their streets. So yeah. So yeah. And then she meets Barbara, who is a clumsy worker who applies for the museum job that she works at, and they find out about a wish stone. Whoever wishes upon it gets their wish. So yeah. So then she gets assaulted by a drunk guy, and Barbara gets assaulted by a drunk guy. She also has a homeless friend, and yeah. So then Diane saves her, and Diane inspires her so much. Barbara wants to be like Diane, so she takes the stone, and one day wakes up with the power of. When water comes, she's able to dodge it, and she gets super strength. So yeah. And also when Diana wishes for Steve Trevor to come back, he just appears out of nowhere and says, "Hey," and they make out. So yeah. And then Maxwell Lord, played by the awesome Mandalorian and the guy from We Can Be Heroes, Pedro Pascal, comes in, and he takes the stone, but he's like, he wants to be the stone disintegrates and goes into him, and now he has the power of the wishes. So yeah, so he starts using the power for his personal gain. He starts making one of the Egyptian guards turns over to him. He makes the president of his city launch a missile strike, and then he goes on TV and starts telling people to make wishes. Like one of these, we see an Irish lady and another guy, and the other guy tells Irish lady that he wants her to die. So then she dies. So yeah. And then yeah, and then back to they realize that Maxwell Lord has, and they're like, we must kill him, but yeah. So yeah, and actually before, the soldier came back for Barbara, but then she started becoming a villain. So yeah. So then they're like, we must kill Maxwell Lord, but Barbara's like, no, and yeah. So yeah, and then Diane agrees with her, and then Barbara just leaves. So yeah. And then they go after Maxwell Lord, but then Barbara comes with a new spiky jacket, and she's like, "Hey, I won't let you hurt Maxwell Lord." So she's like, so she and Supergirl, not Supergirl, Wonder Woman. She and Wonder Woman get into a fight, and yeah, former friend versus super villain, and yeah. So Wonder Woman versus her former friend. So yeah, and she discovers that she uses her fast powers, and she's like, if you ever come near Maxwell Ward again, I will destroy you. So yeah, Barbara's now a villain. Yeah. So yeah, and then she's on a plane with Maxwell Ward, and Maxwell's like, you wish for anything, and she's like, I want to be a predator. And then next time we see her, she's now become Cheetah. So yeah, she has now become like a predator, because cheetahs are predators, and yeah, and one dons her the Athena's armor, and tries to take Cheetah down. Trying to take Cheetah down. So yeah, and then Steve Trevor's like, they kiss again, and yeah, so yeah, so then they jump up, and then she tries to feed Maxwell Lord, and then he sees flashbacks about how Maxwell Lord was bullied as a kid, and yeah. Yeah. So then, so then, so then he gets he goes to his son. He's like, and then we see Steve Trevor in a new body, and we see him with Diana, and yeah. And then at the end of the movie, we see Athena played by the original Wonder Woman, Lynda Carter, in 1984, and that's how the movie ends. So, this movie was a really good movie. I really liked it. I kind of liked the original Wonder Woman better than this one. Not because I don't like the original Wonder Woman, but this movie, not because I don't like this movie, but the original Wonder Woman had like things to like 1920, and had some had Wonder Woman's awesome, where she like where she like where she like goes against No Man's Land and defeats the bad guys. But Steve Trevor's death was sad, but I'm glad that he's not actually dead, because he goes into another guy's body. So he and Diana can be friends now, because they were only smooching because when he was. But it'd be weird for him to be smooching Steve Trevor in another guy's body. That'd be weird. But what I give it a 10. It's good, but I prefer the original Wonder Woman to this movie. I like it. This movie was awesome. I loved it, but I really like the original Wonder Woman better, from 2017, not to the one to 2020, to this one. And yeah, and also I like Diana's like growth in this movie. Like in the original movie, she just came to New York and had to like learn about it and learn about it, learn about it and all that stuff. But this movie, she actually knows a little more about Earth, and it's also said that when she arrived on Earth, she had her mom's, she had the Athena's armor. So yeah. So yeah. So I also like really Steve Trevor in this movie. Chris Pine does a really good job. Chris Pine seems older now than the first movie as Steve Trevor, and yeah. I'm sorry I said Supergirl. I did a review for Supergirl, so I got Supergirl and Wonder Woman confused. They're two different heroes. So what do I get? Actually, I give it 10. But I prefer the original better. And also Cheetah as the villain again. Again, this movie does something where you thought that Maxwell Lord was the villain, but no, it turned out to be Cheetah, aka Barbara. What do I think of that? Like Barbara being the villain? I thought it was handled very well. I liked how she wanted to protect. Like she kind of goes kissing Maxwell Lord, and that's how he got the Wish Stone. And yeah, so and yeah, and like her thing as a villain was pretty cool because what she did was that she didn't want anyone to hurt Maxwell Lord, and if she did, and I guess that drove her to want to be a villain, not want to be herself anymore. But yeah, I kind of liked her as a villain. She's the first female. I'm glad they kind of did. They kind of did the Cheetah live action really good because Kristen Wiig, who played Barbara, did an amazing job with this character. She did an amazing job with this role. I really liked it. It was very good. But Maxwell Lord kind of felt like the villain for this movie. He was really crazy. He was really. This is like in Supergirl, not Supergirl, Wonder Woman 1, where they had those like people who were like spraying gas masks everywhere. They felt like the villains when it was actually Ares. But this time Maxwell Lord felt like the villain was actually Cheetah. So I have a lot of points. So one, I really liked how they progressed Steve Trevor and Diana Prince's relationship from the first movie. I guess what they had to do was they had to have the child Diana, like have one scene in this movie and then have the other scenes with adult Diana, because of course. But yeah, and also, what I also like this movie. This movie was good. This movie was good. It was really good, and I really liked it. I'm excited for Wonder Woman 3. It was really good. I really liked it. I have a lot of points for this movie. So yes, I have a lot of points for this movie. I really liked it. It's better. I think Wonder Woman 1 is way better. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And Wonder Woman. Yeah, Wonder Up.